everyone, I'm Dhiti, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on how to create your own DIY wedding centerpieces. So this is really for someone who's just trying to save some money on their wedding because let's face it, weddings can get really expensive and not everybody wants to, pay for all of their decorations or do have the funds to pay for their decorations. So this centerpiece in this video will really be able to help you just save some money here and there. If you want more ideas on wedding hacks, please reach out to my personal blog, which is kapadiacreated.com. It is a wedding blog where I do post a lot about different wedding hacks to help you save money on your wedding. But let's get started on this video. So first, I'm going to introduce you to all of the things that I bought to create this centerpiece. So the first thing I bought was this vase. It's just a long stem regular vase. Everything I bought is from Dollar Tree, so everything has been $1, and I only used 5 items to create this entire thing. So your total is going to be like $5 per centerpiece, or like $5.35 with tax. So it's a really great time saver because it's really quick and easy and a really good money saver too. And the next thing I bought are these rocks. Well, I got 2 bags of rocks because I didn't know how many rocks were going to fit in this vase, but 2 bags of rocks is more than enough, and it's only $1 each as well. And then I got this really pretty green ribbon. So I just think green is a really pretty regal color, and it's a really great wedding color. And I thought with the rocks, it would match like its really woodsy vibe. And then the last thing I bought is this heart gardening tool from Dollar Tree. I don't really know its real purpose, but for this, it's going to be our main centerpiece. So we're going to get started with the hardest part, which is decorating this little guy here. And we're just going to wrap it in ribbon. So we're just going to open the ribbon. And toss it inside. And then we're going to open this guy up. I recommend just opening it all the way because it's easier to weave through, which is what we're going to be doing with this heart-shaped gardening tool. So basically, we're going to just take one and we're just going to push this through and just weave it all the way around. So you're just going to go in and out and just kind of cover this whole area. Like this. And then it's just going to be able to, it's going to cover the entire heart. Don't worry about it being perfect while you're wrapping it because you can spread these guys out later. Like all you have to do is just like pull them and they'll be able to move. For this video, I already did this wrapping beforehand. So this is what the final product would look like as such. It's really cute, it's really fun, and it just kind of looks like a heart. Like I said, you can move them if it does get a little wonky here and there, if you do want it spread out a little bit more. And then for this bottom part here, all I did was just hot glue one side to the other. As you can see, it's like hot glue just right there, and I did hot glue it onto the stick itself, so the ribbon doesn't move either. So for this part, this is what it's going to look like, and then we're going to fill this entire thing with rocks. So first things first, we're going to fill it with rocks, and this part can get very noisy, so I do not recommend doing it at 2 a.m. or if you have noisy neighbors or your roommate is sleeping. I do recommend doing it at an appropriate time of day when your neighbors won't hate you, as mine do hate me right now. So we're just... I recommend turning the volume down on this part. There's one, and then we're going to do 2. I don't recommend filling this up all the way to the top because we do need to put this right inside of it. So for this to be able to stand, you have to make sure that there's weight on this specific part of the heart. So when you put it in and you start filling in more rocks, you really want to make sure that there's pressure in the middle. Caution, rocks may fall everywhere. Anyway, so you want to really make sure that there's rocks like sitting on the middle and putting weight onto the actual gardening tool part of this because otherwise it's not going to stay up by itself. And you want to make sure that the sides are also filled to make sure that like everything is in place and where it needs to be. And then you kind of just want to start placing these strategically around. Put them in the front, put them in the back, just even it out, make sure it's stable and has enough weight to sustain on itself. I wouldn't worry too much about it falling over because, in all honesty, nobody is going to play with your centerpieces. And see, once you add weight, it does stand up by itself. But no one's going to sit there being like, trying to blow on it to see if it's going to fall over. Nobody really pays attention that much to the centerpiece, nor do they try to touch it or see if it'll like move in some shape or form. So once the weight is really in there and it's in place, like I don't really count on it moving that much. But you just want to make sure that there's an equal distribution of weight just so so it doesn't fall over. So when you do set these up like in the hall itself, or if you're setting it up prior to, I don't recommend setting it up prior to, I recommend filling in the rocks prior into the vase, but really doing this part in itself at the location of where you want it itself. This specific centerpiece I don't really recommend for your wedding reception, but a lot of people do have pre-wedding festivities that they do have before their wedding, like rehearsal dinners, bridesmaids parties, bachelorette parties, if there's tables there. But being Indian myself, we have a lot of pre-wedding festivities, like Sangeets and Mehndis, and, you know, we really like to jazz those up because, you know, Indian people are go big or go home, and not everyone has that kind of money, so I think this kind of a centerpiece would be really ideal to help anybody jazz up any part of their pre-wedding festivities. But of course, if this fits in line with your theme and you want to make it part of your wedding reception, go for it totally. Here we go. Perfect. And that's the end of it. Thank you so much for tuning into this channel. If you really found this helpful, give it a big thumbs up and share with anybody you think that it might be useful for. Additionally, please subscribe to my channel for more wedding hacks. And please check out my personal wedding blog, like I said, kapadiacreative.com, for more wedding hacks such as invitations and web design and just smaller things to help you save a lot of money on your wedding. And thanks for watching.